Hello, Commander.
So let's hop over there. And bada boom, bada bang. There we go. We are on Tridion. Oh, Christ. Oh, Christ. No, please. No. Not for the last game. No, please. No, please. Not naval. Please, no. No, please. God, why? No. No, please. No. Oh, God, no. Please. Oh, God, no. Not Legion Naval. Oh, Christ, no. Okay. Alright, so it looks like our IT department is here, so I will let her do her job, and I'm going to do my job in terms of casting. So I will see you guys in a couple seconds. Enjoy the music, and enjoy the cast. So, naval map. We are on Tridion, also known as Arctic, also known as Satan's naval spawn. Spawning on the main screen, though, we have the Realms player who has just won the previous match and is now trying to win it again to take this series in a 2-1 fashion. It is the White Realm player spawning in as the Cyclops commander, going vehicle first into some sort of air. It's Azeal. And his opponent, probably feeling a little shaky after last game. He's spawning as the blue commander. He's got Mifa. He's going naval first into metal energy and a little bit of other stuff. It is the underwater sea Cyclops Qzipco. So, Legion naval. Think of like MLA naval, except slower, tankier, and much more turtlier. So it's pretty much in general terrible. It's terrible. Very good for long-range artillery games if you ever want to deal with that, but overall, it's pretty much terrible. Now, besides that, I mean, I know the guys put in a lot of hard work to build everything, and don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people would say, "Oh, naval's the best thing since sliced bread. How could you ever say such things, Ghost?" And I just look at them in disappointment, and I can tell you exactly why I think naval is terrible, because it's slow. Nothing explodes, and honestly, it's probably going to be about 2.5 hours until this game's done, as there's plenty of metal. We have a total of about 32 per player, which is more than enough to rush epochs, and we'll have to see. So far, it looks like Azeal sticking to his land-based game, just to kind of get used to the idea, you know, not really want to getting his commander, in the water of the filthy naval planet. Oh, actually, it looks like what he's decided to do is go for an old-fashioned trick known as the Stoke. The Stoke, one of the Legion units, which is amphibious, like most of the Docks units. This little bad boy is amphibious and can shoot torpedo rounds at any and all naval units. So, ooh, there we go. So I would assume that these little boogers are probably going to be trying to hunt down any of Qzipco's units once the opportunity arises. Look at that. We could be up there. If only this planet was a little bit closer so that this ground level would rise so that these Stokes could actually be land units. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Catfish, though, actually, no, the Catfish is just kind of scouting out right now, just kind of looking around, seeing when Azeal, decides to move out here. But it looks like, yeah, Azeal is going to be sticking with, I think, a heavy naval obvious, and then Stoke and air kind of blend here. So we'll have to see if Qzipco does the same, or if he sticks with just a pure naval game and doesn't bother with the filthy Stoke casuals. We do see, though, do we see any tier 2? I mean, usually with most players, we see some sort of tier 2 in the sense that they decide to go for a quick tier 2 rush to give themselves that extra boost of strength so they can become strong like bull. But it does seem that both players just kind of sticking with tier 1 for now, not doing anything too crazy, nothing crazy. It does look like, though, Azeal is going to be the first to get himself onto the land here to just try and not be in the filthy water, as some Catfish can start moving in towards his base here. I mean, shouldn't be anything too serious, as again the Catfish and the Stokes both have torpedoes, so they will be able to kill each other, and they should trade out very easily. But this is actually kind of a big deal here, having having some land here, because what Azeal can then do is start building some bots, or just building anything he really wants, honestly. Nukes, you know, unit cannons, even though the Legion version of the unit cannon is called the Star Cannon and is built in the orbital layer, but you know, maybe Azeal finds like some schematics of a unit cannon floating around in this filthy naval water. You know, we'll never see. You'll never know. You'll never know what's inside this terrible water. That being said, though, there are some catfish in the water, and they are slowly chipping away at a mass extractor, as the Stokes don't seem to really care all too much. Do we see maybe some bombers, or... Nope, just Stokes moving out here. Sorry for the yawn. I got up way too early to cast a tournament with way too few people, as this is a Legion game, and Legion is just the sickest little thing, as everything you are seeing here is made by the community, for the community. And I mean, even the Aquila is excited, going to be chipping down, wow, 2 of these Stokes really quickly here. And wow, gets this last one before it hits the water. Aquila saying, no, you shall not enter my waters. I am professional submarine master, and you cannot enter my water, dirty submarine vehicle. So Stokes just kind of staying away from the Aquila. The Aquila just actually could easily push in and get quite a few fabric kills here if the desire is. But the advanced ship foundry going up here very quickly for Azeal, as the economies for, well, Qzipco's economy actually skyrocketing here very quickly. This one catfish, though, he the real MVP, sniping this thing through the ground. I mean, like, what a true hero. It looks like the scythes from Qzipco probably just flew in and killed off the fabricator, so rip that. Would like to see maybe this commander march himself, well, actually no, marching that forward would probably be really dangerous. But, I mean, capturing this King of the Hill spot would be obviously very good. The problem is it's on ground, and everything that these two players have is naval-based, so we'll have to see what he decides to do with that. I like this decision here from Qzipco, just building some just kind of small proxy little radars and just anti-air, and just kind of forcing Azeal to play on his terms and his type of game, which is float all of your metal while your opponent has neither of them, neither metal or energy. So, I mean, Qzipco doing very good on this naval match. Looks like the air army is absolutely cleaned up here for Qzipco, so very well done by Azeal, just to kind of leave his units there, just kind of chilling over that King of the Hill spot. Would like to see maybe a few ripples. Yeah, looks like that's exactly what he built here, some just ripples to get rid of any of the Stokes, really. I don't even know. I don't think the ripples can actually hit the Stokes that are underwater. We'll have to see, I guess. There we go. Would really like to see if these ripples can actually hit the Stokes, because I mean, I wonder if they're so underwater. Actually, do we see any damage? The Stoke is taking a little bit. Does he? No, I think he's only taking like 1% damage. Okay, never mind. He got destroyed by the 3 Akulas. I think the fact that these Akulas fire this barrage Hellfire missiles really takes care of the fact that these little underwater submarine tanks are kind of even existent. And here we go. Death to the undeserving. You can see the poor little boogers getting absolutely devastated. And some more shots. Actually, I think as long as the Stokes fight the Akulas in fair numbers, the fact that the Aquila fires that burst fire shot instead of that single shot to kill off one, single shot to kill off one, it really does help the WTF Ripple, says Qzipco. And I think Qzipco trying to figure out why the Ripple doesn't do more damage. You can actually dodge the Ripple shot if you are quick enough with your units. I mean, last game we did see that catfish basically just dancing around the Ripple, not even taking any damage until Qzipco forgot to micro it. So, you know, it's kind of a big deal. But Azeal's economy, Azeal, I don't think Azeal knows how to play naval much. I mean, it's kind of like whenever a PAG player tries to play orbital, it's never a good thing to do, as, you know, he's scared of water. It's like a fish out of sea. It's just not natural, man. It's just not natural. Now, this is really good Stoke rating here, though, out of Azeal. Getting a lot of Qzipco's metal extractors, which, I mean, they were kind of defended, but they weren't, you know, super defended. We should be seeing maybe, yeah, some catfish coming out here to trade these guys off. Would like to see maybe some scythes and stuff, just checking these islands here, as Qzipco is continuing to get more and more land control, which, again, he can build some more vehicles, he can build some bonds. I mean, the options are limitless when you have land. But when 99% of your planet is covered in water, it's just never good. Looks like the Stokes doing a pretty good job at killing off Catfish, but the Catfish, of course, in numbers, do a really good job at killing Stokes. So this looks like, I think, maybe Stokes do get countered by Catfish here, especially in mass as they are now. So very good out of Qzipco to just naturally know the weakness of the filthy underwater naval tank, which is the Catfish. A lot of tier 1 though. I think yeah, it's pure Catfish out of this tier 1, and then I guess we're gonna be seeing maybe the stronger tier 2 units once Qzipco gets that up. So very good. I don't think we're gonna see an upset like we did last game, as it does look like Qzipco is basically just kind of stomped Azeal into the ground here with this push, or with most of this match. I mean, he's even inside his base, and usually with naval, it's kind of like a tug of war game where, you know, both players really do just kind of lock knuckles for the first 10 to 15 minutes. But I think since Azeal really hasn't been playing naval too much, and he's been playing all those sweet orbital games with the Moonboat crew, he just really isn't used to the idea of having to play in filthy water. We do have a bowhead though, which is basically pure anti-air. Think of like the Narwhal, except it can only fire torpedoes and shoot at air, which is what the normal Narwhal can do, except it doesn't have that one like front cannon to kind of do a little bit more damage. Some more Catfish basically acting like madmen, just running in, doing some damage, and then dying, and then waiting for more reinforcements to show up. But it looks like the tier 2 from Qzipco is out here, and we do have a hammerhead. So for those of you who do not know what a hammerhead is, basically the front of it, think of like a tier 2 naval flame tank. It doesn't spit fire, but whenever it touches or gets close to a enemy unit, it's considered ramming damage, quote unquote, and will do damage over time, which is very, very dangerous. And it's always just very good to have one or two of them, as they are very, very tanky, and having those in front of like an Epoch, or thinking of the other units, not the Stingray, but the equivalent of it for the Legion. It's just always very good. Some more Stokes though moving out here, and it looks like Azeal has been once again contained by Qzipco. The Stokes though trying to do just the best that they can. Oh no, it is basically a Narwhal. It's got that cute little front cannon. But I think these cannons are mostly just for anti-air. I don't think they can actually shoot at naval units. Akula is going to be moving in here trying to kill off these Stokes, as the Stokes are literally just juking these shots. Either that, or they're just, oh, here come the Akulas to try and kill them off. And it is a numbers game here, and the Akulas do a very good job of doing that. But yeah, Azeal is effectively contained again. I wonder if he just enjoys doing that, because I mean we've seen this with all 3 matches. It's just Azeal just gets quickly contained. Ooh, and the disconnect here from Qzipco. Now we can't resume the game, as fun as that would be. We can't resume the game. So let's just kind of let's spend this time while Qzipco downloads more toasters, or tries to find more toasters for his WAM, so that he can actually run this glorious game known as Planetary Annihilation. What can Azeal do to get back into this game? Well, let's take a quick little look at the total units tab. Pretty painful. Yep. We've got about 50 units versus 175. So yeah, the economy's pretty much double on him again. So unless Azeal can maybe build, I don't know, 400 or 500 Stokes, maybe he can push in and just get one big snipe on the commander. But at this point, with his economy this way, and the way that he's producing and still kind of not expanding, because, well, he can't really expand in this situation. Qzipco's literally taking his own metal. I think what we'll probably see here is probably death. We'll probably see death here. We'll have to see. It does look like Qzipco has reconnected, and we'll have to see if they continue immediately, or if they're gonna wait around a little bit. He is back, he says, so we can resume the game as soon as possible, and we go. So Catfish are just absolutely destroyed whatever was coming out of there. The Akula is going to quickly get rid of them. Catfish say, hey, joke's on you, son. We've got torpedoes as well. And they're going to run away and kite the Akulas. A Lamau. Tier 2 energy that does come up here for Azeal. And now all he needs is metal. And maybe he can maybe hit 150 so that he can be only half of Qzipco's economy here. Stokes, though, going to try and get out some rating damage, which is always very nice. But when you have, again, double your opponent's economy, losing 1 or 2 metal extractors isn't really a big deal. Also, he could probably move some of his dauntlesses, which would be kind of nice. Oh, that's kind of cool. You see the little line there? That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of neat. Looks like Qzipco might be trying to go for maybe just storing up enough dauntlesses, maybe to just go for an all-in commander kill snipe kind of deal. Which, it's not really a snipe when... Oh, this is awkward. Ouch. Ouch. Losing some units there, always kind of painful. It's not really a... Oh gosh, what's... Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. The catfish just destroying some stokes here. Yeah, it's not really commander snipe when all you have in your base is 3 stokes, a tier 2 fabber, a few tier 2 fabbers, and catfish. You know, it's not really a snipe. It's more of like just an execution kill, really. Wow, this is a lot of scythes, yeah. Qzipco is probably going to be going for some sort of snipe here in a couple seconds. The Akula's going to be moving in here. They might just be able to go after the commander, to be honest here. There are a few bowheads, which will just kind of ward off these air units, and I would think, after seeing that, these bowheads probably want to try and get to the commander as quickly as possible, but it looks like that doesn't seem to be the decision here for Qzipco, so at this point, we're kind of just waiting around. Ooh, la. Ooh. There's a lot of naval there. Probably seeing maybe a lot of Akulas out of those, so maybe you can just kind of just swing in and just snipe everything with massed units. The Dauntlesses, though, going to try and pick off some of these factories here. There is no anti-air, and this commander will have to get pulled if he wants it to. Well, actually, it's not going down. It's not going down quick enough, and I think Qzipco might just kind of leave it because he can't kill it as quickly as he needs to. Some more bowheads, though. Yep, bowheads moving in here. Bowheads, the anti-air monster, which we kind of explained earlier here. Stokes could kill it, honestly, if they wanted to. More catfish, though, moving in, and ooh, here's the lockhead, so we might actually see a little bit of a unit preview here. GG says Azeal as the catfish and everything else move in here. Do we see a commander explosion, or do we see him fight a warrior's death? It looks like we are going to see a last samurai push here as Azeal's commander will be moving towards all of the enemy units, and boom goes the dynamite. Azeal does finally fall to Qzipco's reign, and Qzipco will take the series in a 2-1 fashion. So congratulations to Qzipco. Azeal just not really knowing how to play the naval game, really. Can't do naval yet, says Azeal. Yeah, I think that was a fair statement. That's just a matter of naval, boys. That is just a matter of naval, really. Hey guys, it's Ghost here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like it, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and make sure to turn up that audio because we're about to kick it. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye now. Goodbye.